What's up, everybody? So, for the first time in a while, we're going to do a reaction video, and it's going to be on one of Riley's latest videos, and it's called Why Won't Simps and Pick-Me's Just Get Together? Meaning the women who are pick-me's in the manosphere, and then the dudes we refer to as simps. Now, before I get into a reaction, disclaimer that I already put into the comment section, this is a bad comparison, in my opinion, because we know that pick-me's are called pick-me's because they're relatable to men and what men desire. Simps are called simps because, in every which way or form, they're so simpish or simple in their behavior with women that they just kind of just they literally just become this liquid whatever or clay that they can just that women can just mold into whatever. And we know if they have their pick, they will have literally just a dildo in the ATM spitting out cash. So we that's why the simp in this regard is a bad example, bad comparison. If I were to do this, would rather say, why don't the pick me's and the nice guys get together? Because the nice guys, they're people. I'm pretty sure people are confused the two, but nice guys have that habit of simply trying to replace some of the things that don't like they don't nice guys tend to not pop in anything. They tend to be like very boring. You know what I mean? Very just standard blah blah blah. Right? So their makeup for that tends to be, well, look how many doors I can open. You don't get this. Look how many fucking uh whatever the bills I can pay. Whatever. I got bad example, but it's what came at the top of my head. So I think that would have been a more um, reasonable or proper comparison. Um, Another thing about the pick me's. There's something that I was thinking months ago, and it was why am I starting to see a lot of pick me's, quote unquote pick me's, with manosphere channels, good looking and single. And I was watching Chantel Simone, and she kind of, I think she sarcastically touched on it, so I don't know if she actually gave a real answer. But she was talking to somebody who was coming at her in the comment section. Yep, I'm about to hit the wall. I'm single. I'm a pick me. I'm something else. Anything else you want to know? But I really want an answer to that, and not because I'm trying to call them out or be an ass. I just really want. I would like to know what answer they could give that's different from the women that they're talking about, or the modern day women. Because the only thing I could think of, because let's think about it, if you're a pick me who's attractive, single, and understand what men desire in a woman, the only responses I could think that these pick me's would give is, well, there aren't enough good men, which is what the other women say. So you kind of validate that for them and kind of shit on the manosphere, or um, I just choose to be this way, which again is also what they say. So are you them and just make videos over here and get money? Or you could, I guess, say you, what's another, there's one more I was thinking of. You could say, it's not coming. If it comes to me, I'll just stop and say it. But for it now, let's just go ahead and get to the video.
All right, so the simple question on the table is, why can't pick-me's and simps just get together? Pick-me's want to get picked, and simps just rolling out the red carpet to women. Why aren't they together? That does make one question the validity of the concept of the pick-me. If all these dudes out here just trying to give the world to a woman, and this pick-me is unpicked, it makes it sound like she don't even want to get picked. She just all talk. So why ain't pick-me's and simps just getting together and getting it over with?
Okay, well, I think Pixies want somebody
No,
that's
go on
strong.
and be a what? Go on and be a woman today. Don't say I think. Say I feel like. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't even use
say
that anymore.
say it.
Y'all stumped me out of that. Like I used to use that. Feel like
we We didn't. We
all the
didn't.
time.
We beat all the I feel like out of you. You can't even. You can't even say I feel. Go on in. You're a woman. It's okay.
I
Go.
can't even.
Go. Go ahead and get in your feelings. Go ahead. To just say I feel like. Just do it. Just do it.
I can't get in my feelings about simps. I'm sorry. I just
Why not?
don't
What's
like
wrong
it.
with simps? They trying
Simps
to
are
give you. They trying to give you the world. They trying to give you the world. What's wrong with them?
they're just too weak for me. I can't do a simp. I don't think simps are not leaders to me. I know there's some that they're high status, they make a lot of money, but they don't have any authority, so it's unattractive.
I'm being simps advocate today. I'm being.
I'll be Sim's advocate as well. So she even went as far as using high status, uh, simp, right? Which means a guy who has a lot of money and is a simp, willing to just spend, 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 spend. But remember, he's a simp, so he's actually willing to commit. So that is default what he's willing to do. Ladies, I have to ask you this question, and this goes to really everybody, but in a specific case, women. Do you think no part of the relationship involves work, like at all? Do you not understand like the communication part to kind of bridge the gap between you and this potential mate that is in front of you, who seems like a decent catch, at least a little bit? Like, explain to me, ladies, what's wrong with you adults, sitting your grown ass down in front of this grown ass man and saying, listen, you seem like a decent guy. You seem like a good catch. But what I'm getting from you right now seems to be all just you want to buy me. Do you actually have any type of qualities that structures a relationship, that a relationship can actually be built on? Will you yes us into the poorhouse? Like, I need something about that. Do you have any of that? Because unlike y'all, this is technically what do you bring to the table? You ask that question. Ask these types of questions. Don't just go, you're a high status simp, so I guess I can't. Like, yo, this is you're not talking about somebody you're having a weekend with. You're talking about somebody you're trying to have a long term, maybe till death relationship with. Why would you walk away from what probably kind of seems like it might be a good catch over it's just no thought that to me that's awful way to look at relationships, and one of the big reasons why none of them are successful and people don't even get in relationships today.
Advocate.
Why?
We gonna get down to the bottom of this. Yeah. Pick me's out here stunting and fronting. Dudes out here. I'll go ahead and say something. You said this before. We might edit this out, but you said it's dudes that they be wanting to buy you cars and something like that. You said something like you got offered to buy a car by a dude.
I mean,
Okay, now real quick. Now this is where that kind of like nice guy and simp kind of like merge together, because one of the things like really old times, like go read about these old history like things and whatever. One of the ways that a guy could show that he's a catch is showing that he can get you something, which is why a lot of times it gets confused as simply trying to buy you. So this is one of the times where the nice guy might be trying to be too nice, overreach, which again that's a mistake. Not trying to excuse that, and it just turns to this just very simplest type of behavior, because you don't know if she's trying to use you or will use you. Don't know shit about her, but you're willing to just risk. Some dudes will sign their name on a dotted line to get a chick a loan for a car, and it just all goes bad. So that.
on multiple occasions.
So you saying on multiple occasions, guys has offered you to buy a car, and you're a woman. You want to get married someday, sooner rather than later.
Soon.
Soon.
Well,
Okay,
I
so
probably shouldn't say soon.
you want to get married soon. All right. I said the whole Kevin Samuels be ready to propose after 6 months is some bull. All right, that's some bull. No dude should do that, but the dude.
Riley, I think you know that me and you disagree with this. I'll attach the video also with along with Riley's video below. Uh, I personally I think it doesn't even take 3 months, honestly. Part of the reason is because dating itself has a lot of filler in it, a lot of filler. All right, dating involves absolutely no commitment, not a little commitment. It involves no commitment at all. So one of the things I say is the strategy I recommend is that the last part of the strategy involves living together for 30 days, up to 30 days. And that right there will tell you the person's habits. If they're like some ridiculous angry person, especially in the morning, if that's something you can deal with, it's hard for them to hide whether they stink, they're dirty. It's really hard for them to hide their stuff if you stay with them for up to a month. Now, I get a lot of flack for people who say, you don't know this and you don't know that. And you, okay, fine. You don't know this person, right? They could do anything, right? Are you willing to meet a fine ass chick? This chick that's on the screen. You willing to meet her and go back to the crib with her? But she could be setting you up. But she could be just trying to like rob you. Or worse, get a dude to come in the door while you sleeping and whoop your ass. You don't know what she could do. But we don't want to say that when it comes to the one night stands. But when it comes to actually courting somebody for a long-term relationship, oh my God, why would you spend the night at their house for 30 days? Bullshit.
That will do that is a simp. If he will offer you a
To
car,
me, yes.
if no, to me too. But if he's offering you a car early on into the interaction, I suppose, right? The guys who've offered you cars, okay, so they offering you cars early on. Like that's the guy who will propose at 6 months. That's the guy.
Not defaultly a bad thing. Again, say, are you going to be reckless with money? Because I see you're trying to do this. Let's look at another step that's in my strategy. Look at finances. How often why does it say minus 11 grand at Honda dealership? Damn, you do this all the time. Peace out, because something go wrong with us and you trying to holler at another chick. You gonna be doing all kinds of flyouts, hotels, blah blah blah. I'm out. It's very simple, but it's taboo, so I get it.
If you want to get hitched, that's the guy who will marry you, and he got resources. So, if you care about results, do you care about results or not? Give the simps.
Riley and everybody else, from what my research when I tested this out on Facebook Batch, the most common thing I got from them when I asked them what they're looking for, oh, I'm just trying to see if the vibe right. I'm just trying to see how we vibe together. I'm just trying to, get that, how where we go, just meet up with somebody and see how I go from it. I showed y'all that one chick in one of my videos. I asked her if she was looking for, I forget what it was, and she said, "Well, I could be persuaded." No, bitch. What do you want? What do you want? Don't give me no. What do you want? Yet we do. We doing yes or no questions, direct questions to blank spaces. Don't give me no. What do you want? So what often happens in these situations or these dating quote phases is people are just, how do we vibe? That's stupid. Do you think vibes stay consistent in marriages? No. Especially after kids, you think the vibe is the same? No. Why you think so many people that Tommy touched on that several times, fucking around, awesome. Baby comes, break up. Because vibes change. What are your values? What are your goals? What are you trying to work towards with this other person? But no, fuck it, let's just go vibes.
Get with a simp if you want results.
So the results being like, I only care about getting married and that's it. That's what you mean about results.
You will get married to a provider. I call it, I don't think I coined this phrase, but I call it the high value simp. Okay? That's a thing, it exists. The high value simp. A lot of women when the clock is ticking, eggs are drying or have already died, they find the high value simp. They get married. You saying that that's you just couldn't do it. Why?
I
Because
I
you
could I couldn't do it.
the mere fact that he's a natural born pushover, that would trigger something in you to probably end up being a bad wife to him.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be a bad wife. I'll just know that I could easily get away with things, and I'm not gonna.
Ladies, you've been asked this several times by other men, but I have to also echo that. Are you children? Because this idea of, oh, I need someone who knows when to put me in timeout. What? You are grown as hell. Dude. Don't give me the nature argument either. You are fucking grown. Here's what I really think that a lot of her answers and a lot of women answers that are similar. I think a lot of what they're saying is, I need to eventually get to that makeup sex, and Simps will never get me there. Simps, everything will go a little too easy, and then with his sex. I'm starting to think that that's what every answer comes down to. I think I asked at the beginning, I'm not sure, but I was thinking this at least while watching. So if I didn't ask the first time, the question, how much time do you plan on spending on your back in the marriage? How much time? Because it seems like that's what the focus seems to always come back to. Why can't you deal with this guy? I can't deal with a guy too short because the height arouses me. Okay. Why can't you be with that guy? He seems, his personality, he doesn't really he doesn't arouse me. It seems like it always come back to that. How much time are you spending on shit with your ass in there?
Any pushback. So then
Why you want to get away with stuff?
Why don't why don't I want to get away with?
No, I said why do you want to get away with stuff?
I don't want to get away with stuff. So that's why I know I could with that person. And it just something just seems so wrong about someone just letting you do whatever you want to. I don't know, like being in a relationship and you just.
I don't know if y'all realize this, ladies, when y'all say this, but which is essentially what you're saying when you give us this answer is, listen, if you give me a human being, but they can double as a punching bag, I'm gonna shoot him in his fucking face. Because, I mean, he let me pick up the gun. I slowly rose it to his eye, and then he just let me shoot him. So that's what I did. Like, can you be an adult and normal?
You can just do whatever you want to. It's just something that just seems wrong about that. And I'm talking in womanese, I guess, because I'm not really expressing what you I think is wrong.
What you want to do is what you should want to do is be a good wife to this simp.
But what's a good wife to a simp? Like when you can.
Like, how would you? Okay, listen. I'm not like a relationship coach and nothing like that. I'm not going to try to pretend that I'm like the best person when it comes to relationships, but it's like there's an ideal way that people generally have to treat their spouse decently. Like, what's the question? What's the question? Seriously. I don't think about, like, when I think about a wife, like a dumb wife, right? I don't say, oh, I want a dumb wife because, you know, I might be able to just prostitute her and like she'll just deal with it. No, it's like I don't want a dumb wife because I don't want somebody who, when they're paying bills, you're like, how do I get on the website again? I forgot. What's my fingerprints password? Which finger do I don't want that, right? I don't want somebody to have to baby. Not somebody that I might just make them be the everything of the relationship so I can just sit on my ass and do absolutely nothing. Like, that's not. There's an ideal way that you just generally have to treat your spouse. I don't understand this question.
Do pretty much what you want to do. So they're just cool with it all. So what's a good wife to a simp?
You saying there's no such thing as a good wife to a simp because anything you do to him, he okay with it. So it's like no.
So if I don't put a shot collar on you that goes off when it senses balls near your face, you're just going to go and suck another dick. That's just what it is. This is what I gotta put up with if I'm just too nice or too lenient, right? You're just going to by default walk all over me. This is what you're telling me. If I don't put GPS tracking on your phone, you're going to go and sneak around on me. This is what you're telling me right now. I don't understand how this is even a. I know they laugh. Listen, I get a little high strung with these, but that's because I take this shit really serious. I just don't understand why this is problematic. Will you let me get away with it? So I had to. I had to kill all the 101 Dalmatians because you didn't stop me at 100. So all 101 had to die. Alrighty.
It's no incentive to do anything. You just there.
Yeah, you really wouldn't have to put in any kind of work.
His behavior is in a way to where it's a turnoff. Is that kind of the thing? His behavior is in a way to where it's a turnoff, and it just makes you unaroused by him.
Right.
There we go.
It. See, you brought me to the place where I couldn't get to, but that's it.
You needed me to say it. Now you can go ahead and talk about it. So that's why pick-me's are unpicked, because the guys who's begging to pick them ain't they making your cooch dry up.
I'm speaking for myself because other pick-me's, they're a little more conservative with their views. So
I disagree.
Me speaking on my behalf of me.
How much time are you spending with your ass in the air? Now, I'm not saying that by default sex just has to be bad. I honestly think that there are ways around figuring out different ways other than the person on site. Right, but you're talking to a guy who fucks fat chicks, so never mind me. But I again, she's confirmed that this all comes down to arousal. So pick me has confirmed and validated or justified why women gonna have babies by what people call Tyrones. They're the ones that get them horny. How can you have a baby and you're not getting horny? There you go. So all the pick-me's in the manosphere are now. She has invalidated everything that they said.
It's not attractive. Simps are not attractive. You really just stick them in friend zone.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not a pick-me, you'll just end up using them.
Right. That was my conclusion before I started this conversation with you. The pick me is turned off by the simp, and the woman who's not a pick me, she basically just going to be one of the get the bag chicks who just trying to figure out, I'm just going to use this dude in the short term or long term. But either way it go, I'm going to be using him, and she's going to give off all the "I'm using you" energy, and he's just going to keep dropping those "Coming to America" rose petals at her feet, and that's just basically going to be the whole thing. And I understand it from a physical standpoint, the way that he's operating, being such a weak pushover, it's turning you off. I do get that. I do get the lack of masculine aggression and control and telling you what to do and not giving you the energy of, what do you want me to do? I'll do whatever you want me to do. So I get all of that. I was trying to be Sim's advocate, but from a pure result standpoint, I do think that's the deal that women should take later in the game. And honestly, they do. And that's part of the reason why that was one of the major arguments in the manosphere. Oh, now when they passed the wall, now they trying to come back and get the more square guy who's probably a simp and everything. That was one of the major arguments in this space.
But why do square guys have to be simps?
They don't. I mean, I think I'm fairly square, but I'm not a simp. I don't.
Yeah, I like corny guys. I need my corny guy to boss me around.
Uh-oh. You said it. You threw that out there.
Okay, so that last point, I might speak on the point before that if I remember it, but the whole I like corny guys, but I want them to boss me around. You ever met a corny guy that was bossy? I'm not saying they don't exist, but you ever met one? I can't recall ever meeting one. I want to relate that to. There was this one chick who I was talking to on Facebook, and she kind of told me what her ideal guy was. And shout out to Donovan Sharp. I realized this after watching one of his reaction videos that women often, when they make a list, like even when it's not that ridiculous list of I want them to be top 3% in everything. No, even when they just put characteristics together that aren't necessarily just out of bounds, they still put together like 4 different guys. Because this chick, I can't remember the whole list, but I'll just give you a couple examples of what I can't remember. She said in one she wanted to be pro 2A, which is pro guns, love flying, love traveling, a romantic, and like good with money, and then like spontaneous and some other shit built into that. And I'm reading this list and I'm thinking, who the fuck is this? So he loves guns, good with money, which by the way is very hard to both of those because I like guns. I'm fairly good with money, but guns, you have to break the budget in order to buy one. So that's difficult, even though it can be that. He loves to fly. He's romantic, spontaneous. Now, those three are typically okay together in one guy that is just workable. But let's think about it. Good with money and spontaneous. That, you know how hard that is to do? You can't spontaneously travel and be good with money. I mean, like, it's possible, but the possibility of that is absolutely, it's asininely ridiculous. Now, if she finds herself with a guy who's in the top 5% earnings, then sure, it's more possible. But then you also gotta factor in, okay, now he's a romantic and loves to fly. Those are the only two things I think are absolutely easy to find in just one guy. Because if he loves to fly, unless he likes flying to see bitches, he likes to fly for scenery. He's probably a romantic as well. Like one of I can almost guarantee that guy has been to Paris just to like sniff the Eiffel Tower and shit. Like it's like, but other than that, those traits, you find those in one guy? Really? No, you do not. So, and I forgot the other point, so I won't touch on it. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on this video? I'm took me back to my renting ways, which I did not want to do, but here we are. So, like it, get it. Let this video do what the past video did from 3 years ago that got 6,000 views in a week or in 2 weeks. So, do that. Make this video do that. Put your thoughts in the comment section. And again, I'm going to put Riley's video and the video that I told you is my dating strategy in the description. So, be right, not positive. I'm out.